Hi,
I'm Llytic.
Hi, I'm Tom.
I'm me. Yeah.
You are best, girl.
Yes, it's me, the girl of best. But only for the first 3 seasons. I mean, honestly, I suck in the 4th one. I don't know how I fucked it up.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't have started the apocalypse. Spoilers!
Yeah, come on, dude.
You sold your soul for what?
It's your boy Guzma.
I sold my soul for Senpai's soul. I became a yandere. That's what ruined the story.
Yeah,
That's ruined a lot of stories.
Really jumped the shark after season 3.
Honestly, I think season 2 was probably the peak.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Still
welcome
never
to What
got
Are
to
We
fuck
Reading?
Senpai. Yeah.
Welcome to What Are We Reading?
Season 1. Don't worry, we're still in the good season.
Oh, it's good to know that we haven't gone downhill yet.
I don't think we've gone high enough to go downhill yet. We're still kind of
Yet. Damn it. Anyway, we're reading,
More Edward bullshit that I hate.
yeah,
Please
Midnight
help.
Sun.
At least it's not back to the Frollo. We're done with that.
Motherfucker's got a point there. And
Fuck
we are
Frollo.
starting on page 88. I had to leave, to be away from the noise of their thoughts. Rosalie's self-righteous disgust, Emmett's humor, Carlisle's never-ending patience, Alice's thoughts of boning Abella.
Wait, how could he be upset with somebody being patient? The fuck?
He hates
Don't
everything.
you pity me with your patience.
Worse,
Is that a doctor pun?
worse, Alice's confidence, Jasper's confidence in that confidence.
I hate when they're confident in each other. Fucking
I
couples.
hate everything.
Oh, sorry.
It's your line, Zane.
Worst of all, Esme's joy.
God damn it, Mom, stop being happy.
How dare you love and support me, mother? Ugh.
Let me brood and wallow in my own self-pity.
I really hope there's not people who are upset when their mothers are happy with them.
Jotaro.
Well, Jotaro's kind of a jerk anyway.
Yeah. You could easily tell, like that whole thing that we were joking about like JoJo's bizarre misogyny is like Jotaro's a jerk to everyone. Yet for some reason, when he's at school, all of the girls he's classmates with are flocking towards him.
Yeah, no, that's a big
It's
turn
like,
up.
wow, writer, wow.
I would
You're
really
pulling
love
this
it.
shit?
I'd love it if like the girls would like walk up to him and then it's like you go into like their vision and it's just them like putting a paper bag and like tape over his mouth. Just like,
You know, he'd be pretty great if he just shut the fuck up for once.
yeah, he's cute, but he's kind of a dick.
Kind of.
Well, he is, but like, yeah. And that's how JoJo lost everyone that he ever loved. What?
Yeah, but if you pay attention to what goes on, apparently it's the fact that he's a dick that they love. Which, yeah, apparently at very least at the time, the writer was definitely a quote-unquote nice guy. I'll make a guy who gets all the girls by making him a jerk.
I mean,
I
he's
forgot,
only a
didn't,
nice guy.
like
If
he finally get married, and that's when the girls started being better in JoJo.
If memory serves. I think you're the one that told me that.
Well, actually, Golden Wind, the one that came out after Diamond is Unbreakable, the one directly after Stardust Crusaders, they actually start having a bit stronger female characters. There's actually a girl who develops a stand power, and she actually pulls the main character's asses out of the fire, and it was actually a pretty cool scene.
Female
Because if I
character with a
recall,
stand
they said
power
that
who isn't a
Females
villain.
can't have stands at some point.
Mm-hmm. What'd you say?
Earlier in the series, they said girls can't have stands. They're too
It's
weak.
not that they can't.
No,
it's
it
that
was-
apparently JoJo's mother is so weak and frail.
Yeah.
Despite being part of the JoJo line.
Yeah, but apparently a freaking dog and a freaking orangutan can develop stands, but like,
Good to know those are stronger than Jotaro's mother.
I mean,
a member of the Joestar lineage.
Also, the one who puts up with Jotaro's bullshit all the time and still loves him despite all of that. Like, come on, that's
Maybe
what
her
should've
true
been
strength
behind
is
it.
physical prowess. I mean, mental prowess, because she has to have the patience of a saint.
And yet they say that she's too weak-minded and weak-bodied. What? And then after that, like for like that arc, for like the Stardust Crusaders arc, any of the female stand users we do see are villains.
Mm-hmm.
Rip JoJo's mom.
Again, JoJo's bizarre misogyny.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Zane did have a running joke that it actually is that that women in the JoJo universe are strong. It's just compared to the Joestars.
Yeah.
And that was mostly due to like that one girl from the first season ripping ripping apart Dio's shirt with her bare hands.
Yeah.
That takes some strength.
Yes, it does.
Anyway, I stalked out of the room. Esme touched my arm as I passed, but I didn't acknowledge the gesture.
Oh my god. Come
How
on,
the fuck
Edward.
is
Dick?
edgier than Tom?
What?
What?
I mean,
No, I didn't hear what you said. I heard my name and then...
you know that guy who plays the summoned in our,
Yeah.
game? He's way more edgy than Tom, so,
Well, yeah, but out of the three of us, Tom's the edgiest.
I don't know. I can be
Honestly,
pretty
not
edgy too. You see
honest-
that edge of the table? I hurt it when I bump into it.
I think that's more that you're blunt.
Oh.
Honestly, saying that I'm the edgiest out of the three of us isn't saying all that much, because y'all two aren't really all that edgy, and I didn't really consider myself that, but apparently I am. But
You're the one who keeps trying to fight people. As well as that, like, fucking blood is a beautiful color shit.
when did I say that? It was a...
Few
No.
different times.
Yeah, that's a... Huh. Weird. I don't know.
Coming from an alien with a bunch of different blood colors, I thought you'd agree. Wait, is it my
Yes,
line?
but you see, when I kill someone, it's not something that I get worked up over. It's just, okay, and we're done.
But don't you ever look at their blood and be like, damn, I want to bathe in that?
Nah, it's like, well, that was a waste of time.
Waste of time.
Could have been doing something productive, but instead someone had to pick a fight.
Productive? Us? Never.
I failed to see how fucking you two would be productive. Wait, oh.
What?
Doing something productive. Us?
What? That's not... Okay, nope.
I think he was saying that we are not... Okay, I'm just...
Yeah, I figured that out after I said that.
I'm going home. That's
Bye,
my
Zane.
new joke and I hate it. Bye. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
I believe it's Tom's line.
Yeah, it is my line. I was just waiting to a good pause. I was running before I was out of the house.
I broke the door.
I cleared the river in one bound and raced into the forest. Going to frolic in the forest, the manly thing to do when you're upset. Good way to sulk. The rain was back again, falling so heavily that I was drenched in a few moments. Here comes the rain again, falling from the stars.
Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right.
Da, 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 da. Oh god, it's getting closer!
I like the thick sheet of water. It made a wall between me and the rest of the world. It closed me in. Let me be alone.
I just realized if I was a vampire in this universe, I'd just make bets with people at the pool like, hey, $50, I can hold my breath longer than you.
Would you, like, coat yourself in sunscreen to make sure that the sun wasn't reflecting off your skin?
Yeah, no. Everyone would just know me as a really... You know what? If I was sparkly, I bet everyone would just think I was gay. And I really like wearing sparkly shit. I don't mean to, like, insult gay people, but I really think, like, stereotypically wise, I think a bunch of people who just met me, and if I was sparkly, would just think I was gay.
They would just
that's
think
what
that you coated yourself in body glitter.
Yes, they think I was some kinky gay. That's what they think I would be. And I'd always...
So you run, like, a makeup guru channel?
Yes, exactly. But only specifically how to make yourself sparkle.
Yeah,
You see, that's when you add some like blush or foundation to it.
Yeah. And then I
Like,
go to the pool and ruin it.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure that there's waterproofing stuff you can use.
the line that he said about the water enclosing the rest of the world from him just made me think of this from Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Let's go bury our sorrow in the crowd.
That is an actual line in the game.
When I was a young boy, my father
Touched me in an inappropriate place. So that I was mentally scarred.
oh God!
I ran due east.
Due east? What?
Due east. Over and through the mountains without breaking my straight course. I ran through the mountain.
Bam!
Until I could see the lights of Seattle on the other side of the sound. What?
It's like this one, like this one geological structure called like the something sound.
I stopped before I touched the borders of human civilization. Spoiler alert, I'm pretty sure everything is human civilization except for, like, Antarctica.
Yeah, Puget Sound. It's an inlet on the Pacific coast.
Oh.
It's a sound that runs along the coast into the inlet.
So there's just a strange sound?
No, this isn't that fucking forest again. They still love that. We all put wax in our ears. You see the sound. It's like there's a brief mention of us all putting wax in our ears and it's completely ignored.
I mean, Ruru was like, no thanks. Fuck that.
I'm pretty sure Sazerac put wax in his ears.
Was he still fucking people with wax in his ears?
Pretty sure he would have removed it by the time he got to town. By the time he got to the tavern. But it's like no mention of like anyone writing or like reading lips. Instead, it's just.
Huh. Oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing that happened.
Yes. It's like, oh, that sound. Well, I have some wax in my bag. Who all wants wax in their ears to block out the sound? Yeah, I'll take some. Yeah, I'll take some too. Okay.
If I remember correctly, it was like only a couple of folks who.
I think it was like 3 people.
Maybe. Yeah. Now that I'm dang, a lot happens in between things. Huh. Take
Oh
better
yeah,
note
we're
of this.
doing that next week too, aren't we?
Yes.
This week, yeah.
Yeah.
As well as another session of Monster of the Week.
Gonna record again?
That's the plan.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, shut in by the rain, all alone, I finally made myself look at what I had done. The way I had mutilated the future.
I mean, you could still change the future. Just find a really big cliff, jump off of it, and aim for a spiky rock. You'll shatter pretty easily, and then like you'll be.
I'm
stuck.
pretty sure, unless you're Ranmus, mutilated the future isn't really a phrase you can use too lightly. So I may have accidentally mutilated the future.
What did you do this time?
Well, you know Slivers?
Oh God, you didn't.
Apparently that version of myself ended up using that on himself.
Oh no. First, the vision of Alice and the girl with their arms around each other. The trust of friendship was so obvious it shouted from the image. Bella's wide chocolate eyes were not bewildered in this vision, but still full of secrets. In this moment, they seemed to be happy secrets. She did not flinch away from Alice's cold arm.
Sail my ship!
White chocolate eyes. What did it mean? How much did she know?
It meant that your sister was going to bone Bella.
In that still life moment from the future, what did she think of me? Just imagine if she's just playing along, because like Bella realizes that she can't be seen in the future, but she writes a note and then puts it down in front of her, so it's like, you know, not on her anymore. So it's like, hey, here's all the information you need to know. Such and such will happen this way, yada 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 yada. So she's just sitting there like, Gotta pretend I don't know. And then she's like doing it sort of well, and Edward's just really confused since it's just a bunch of future nonsense that he can barely see.
Like, with the imagery that keeps being created, I'm half wondering if Stephenie Meyer is a closeted bisexual.
Maybe, maybe not. You never know on that one. Could be. I don't know.
I just love that. What did she think of me? You're the weirdo. You're the weirdo you're the weird brother of her girlfriend.
Who keeps staring at people like he hates them. Oh, wait.
Then the other image. So much of the same, yet now colored by horror. Alice and Bella, their arms wrapped around each other in trusting friendship. Now, but there was no difference between those arms. Both were white, smooth as marble, hard as steel. Bella's wide eyes were no longer chocolate. The irises were a shocking, vivid crimson. The secrets in them were unfathomable. Oh god, it turns out Bella's secretly descended from like an eldritch abomination.
Is that why she's part owl?
You see,
Yes.
I relate Dagon on my dad's side. The irises were a shocking, vivid... acceptance or desolation? It was impossible to tell. Her face was cold and immortal.
I shuddered. I could not suppress the question. Similar but different. What did it mean? How had this come about? And what did she think of me now? Who cares, Edward? Like, you're going back to you.
This was
It's
this
like-
weird dude who keeps hanging around the girl I'm crushing on.
I could answer that last one. If I forced her into this empty half-life through my weakness and selfishness, surely she would hate me.
You're a fucking idiot.
I don't
I mean,
know that
I'm
she'd
pretty
care
sure
enough.
some people would be happy to suddenly be immortal vampires, let's be real.
There are some, and it's the whole thing of, well, if most of your loved ones in that case are immortal, oh well.
A mustache cop becomes a vampire.
Wow, this episode of Alice in Washington really took a turn. Seriously, someone make that happen. My own eyes, crimson, deep crimson with human blood, the eyes of a monster. Bella's broken body in my arms, ashen white, drained, lifeless. It was so concrete, so clear.
I couldn't stand to see this. Could not bear it. I tried to banish it from my mind. Tried to see something else. Anything else. Tried to see again the
Puppies.
expression on her living face that had obstructed my view for the last chapter of my existence. All to no avail.
Oof.
You know, I'm just because imagining her eyes are crimson, like, oh, she's drank people blood. It's like just thinking about this one how it should have ended video. It's like how Twilight should have ended, and it's like Edward sat there brooding too long, and Bella turned into a vampire in the first book, and then she's like, too late, I'm a vampire now. Let's go eat people. Woohoo! Just ran off.
Okay, most of the how it should have ended stuff is fucking stupid, but that one's a bit funny.
Their older stuff was way better than some of the stuff they've been coming out with now.
I think the one that like one of the only recent ones I found funny was because of a meta understanding of that, and that was their one for The Last Jedi, in which it's like how it should have ended. Snoke should have been Darth Plagueis, because I'm just imagining being in the theater when that's revealed, and then turning around and seeing all the people in the theater like, who the fuck was that again? Who the fuck is Darth Plagueis?
Let me tell you about Dark Pelagius the Wise.
Because it's like,
It's not a story the Jedi would tell you.
unless you're like someone who gives way too much of a shit about Star Wars, you wouldn't really have him committed to memory.
Read every Star Wars fan just about.
All the ones that I prefer not to associate with.
I
Why,
remembered
because
who
they're
he
not
was,
canon
but I
anymore?
don't.
No, Darth Plagueis was mentioned in the prequel, so he's technically canon.
Yeah, and they came out with one called Palpatine or something like that about Plagueis, and it was about Palpatine's journey to becoming Darth Sidious and being able to defeat Plagueis or whatever. I haven't
my
read it.
favorite theory is actually that E.T. is Darth Plagueis,
Well, E.T.'s race is in the Star Wars universe.
and he is shown to have the ability to heal people and bring them back from the brink of death.
And so he survived. He's just in a less a less, I guess,
Civilized.
civilized state. There we go. I was going to say sentient, but I'm like, no, he's still sentient.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay, then.
come on, man.
I couldn't stand to see this, could not bear it. I tried to banish it from my mind. Thoughts, be gone!
Oh,
Tried
shit.
to-
Fuck, I didn't save that surreal meme.
Tried to see something else, anything else. Tried to see again the expression on her living face that had obstructed my view for the last chapter of my existence. All to no avail.
I
Well,
think
maybe
you just
Well, a
read Tom's
superpower
line
was
again.
to make what?
You read Tom's line again.
Are you sure?
Yes, because Tom just finished reading.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you sure?
Yes, actually.
Alice's bleak vision filled my head, and I withered internally with agony.
Writhed internally.
And I writhed internally with agony it caused. Meanwhile, the monster in me was overflowing with glee, jubilant at the likelihood of his success. It sickened me. Why do you try to pretend you're not this monster? It's literally just fucking you. Shut the hell up.
Yeah, it's kind of like that moment in that one Harry Potter book in which we kept having the metaphorical concept of his dick talking.
I want to read that one really edgy Harry Potter story again, I think it was.
40
Am I
inches.
immortal?
No. The one where everyone exploded and died and shit.
30
30 H's.
30 H's, not 40 H's.
But
That
yeah,
was a fun one.
the meme that came to my mind was this. It was this picture of a brain with someone pointing a gun at it. It said, "Be gone, thought."
That's funny.
But it was like thought spelled as in an actual thought.
Yeah.
This could not be allowed. There had to be a way to circumvent the future. I would not allow Alice. I would not let Alice's visions direct me. Well, there's an easy way to solve this. Let Alice date Bella, and you get the future with them together. Best future. There we go. There was always a choice.
There is. Yeah, there had to be. There is. Don't stop deluding yourself. There's always choice.
There is a choice. Let your sister date Bella. Maybe she'll be willing to share.
Just picture us at the high school with them, just hey, Edward, where's your sister? Don't worry, it's not us. It's just we're trying to hook her up with Bella.
I'm just imagining Alice going to functions this is my boyfriend Jasper and this is my girlfriend Bella. There's a joke in there about Mormons, but in the opposite direction.
I just had a really strange thought about the fact that I'm pretty sure vampires would be more bisexual than normal people. Because I think after about 1,000 years of boning the same kind of person,
You'd be more
somebody
willing
would
to
get.
experiment.
Yeah, at some point you get a bit curious. It's either that or you start getting into the real kinky stuff.
I have experienced literally every kind of sex over my lifetime.
Playing a game with your significant other, I've ripped off my whatever, and I hit it. Go find it. We're playing
Ed Gein roleplay.
Now you're thinking with portals.
Oh god, that's that one joke I saw about Force, Star Wars fan fiction in which the Force is used.
Like a force handy?
Yeah, a Force job.
Man, I'm pretty sure that's a real thing. Let's be real.
It probably is somewhere.
Probably. It's probably happened somewhere in the canon of Star Wars at some point. It's just never been described in a story. Anyway, Chapter 5, Invitations. I believe Zane's starting us off.
Mm-hmm.
Knock, knock, it's Knuckles.
Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real, with the non-stop pop-pop of stainless steel.
And unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. High school purgatory no longer. It was now purely hell. Torment and fire. Yes, I had both. God, you're edgy.
I hate high school.
I did too, but it's not hell. I can tell you that.
I never had to deal with it. Death Planet.
If hell,
just-
if
it's
high
just
school was
boring.
hell, it'd be a lot fucking warmer. But my high school was fucking cold.
High school was hell. It'd be a lot more entertaining.
That too. I'd probably be dead though if it was hell. Let's
What's
be
going
real.
on today? You're getting broken glass shoved into your fingernails. Well, that's new. I was doing everything correctly now. Every I dotted, every T crossed. No one could complain that I was shirking my responsibilities. God, now I'm just flashing back to Adventures of God. It's just one of the jokes. It's like, says here that you're an extreme masochist. It's like reading off these different things. Well, I'm sending you to hell. It's like, like Gabriel, wait, he hadn't done anything to deserve that. Why did you send him to hell? It's like, hey, Lucy, how's he holding up? Oh, he's loving it. There you go.
I've always had these weird thoughts about like if you go to hell, you know how like it's all about you've committed sins and that's why you go to hell. Your hell is just like the amalgamations of all your sins but used against you.
Yeah.
So imagine having like a kink for like just being a real big pervert. You know, all those jokes are just statements that you know,
Uh-huh.
sex is important in like Christianity or whatever.
Mhm.
So let's say a lot of their sins are just based perversions and stuff. So when they get to hell, it's like they're given like a succubus to work with, and it's like they're expecting it to be a bunch of kinky stuff, but their hell is literally just they can't do any of the perverted stuff.
It's all vanilla.
Or it's not even that. Like it's like a bunch of blue balls only.
Ah, got ya. And you can't masturbate.
Yeah. Or it's like whatever the succubus is torturing people with like kinks that they don't like. They just have to sit there and watch.
Oh god, no, I'm just imagining just sitting next on the couch next to the succubus. The succubus is just reading like Hell's newspaper the entire time.
Yes.
Honestly, like my favorite I've come up with a few different like entertaining interpretations of hell, and my favorite one is the one where Lucifer decided, fuck it, I'll beat God at his own game.
Oh god.
And just decided to turn hell into like a rehabilitation clinic.
Huh.
Where
so
do they go
kind of like
after they rehabilitate though?
so kind of like they're
depending
trying-
on what their crimes were. If it was like something heinous, then it just continues like with their quote unquote punishment, which is like an eternity life sentence. But if it was something innocuous like not believing in the right God or something like that, it's like you can become a citizen of hell now.
Oh. Wait, they're just trapped in a perpetual rehabilitation program, but it's like one of those really annoying ones where you don't even get your phone. So they're just stuck sharing a TV with like 20,000 other like souls, and like everyone's fighting over the remote.
like that would be the kind of situation for someone who's like murdered several people or like something like that. Like their punishment is basically the fact that they like are just stuck being unable to have any true rights or unable to do anything.
Every couple hours, some like terrifying demon comes in while they're trying to sleep and flashes lights in their eyes to make sure they're like, you know, not trying
Like
to escape.
their entire day is dictated, and unlike an actual prison, it's not like they can do anything to like overthrow or like cause riots or anything because the wardens are several times stronger than them. Like just this big scary demon comes in. All right, it's lunchtime. Single file line.
You've been on well behavior, so you get good stuff today.
Can I just be totally brutally honest? Let's say if I was in that situation, I would try to be friends with all the big scary demons, but at some point I'd be like, please don't hold back. I want to see the true power of a demon. And then I just want to wake up in a hospital bed because the dude punched me so hard I'm literally in next week.
I'm just imagining, like, because the whole thing is like the majority of people's sins in that kind of universe would be just, oh, you didn't believe in the right thing, or because that's the whole thing with like the Christian hell is like, well, if you didn't believe in the Christian God, you're going there, and that sort of shit. And so it's like I'm imagining like really innocuous sins, like, oh, you illegally downloaded music. Shit like that, so you only have to deal with like the rehabilitation thing for like a shorter amount of time. Like, you just got to be in there for a few years.
Oh, you want to know what my favorite thing for that is, though? Because, like, everyone talks about, like, whenever people first started introducing Christianity to other parts of the world, people always questioned it like, well, if I get into your heaven for free, if I don't know who your god is, then why did you tell me about him? That kind of stuff. I would just love the response to be like, because if I know, you're going down with me, bitch.
Oh, God. Well, there's also the whole thing is like around the spread of Christianity, what they started doing is just started going around saying that everyone else's gods were actually demons.
That's dumb. That's how you get people. That's how you start a fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
that's
happened
where
a
the
lot more than
goat-legged
not.
interpretation of Satan came from, was the forest god Pan.
Huh.
Literally a dude who just went around playing the pan flute and making sure that forests were growing properly.
Well,
It's
of
like,
course.
no, that guy's actually the devil.
He's just playing the flute, though. Playing the flute evilly.
He's making sure these trees are growing. Well, you know what killed my dad?
A tree.
Okay, so thinking back to that one line that our summoned had, it's like, I didn't expect Satan to walk down the road or whatever, and he's like, I'm not Satan, I'm much worse. He could have made it much less edgy and much more just kind of lighthearted if he was like, no, that's Satan's a lot better looking than I am.
Okay, in the description, he says he has a glowing tattoo on his forehead.
Oh,
God.
God.
It's like, wow. Well, then.
Does it say oof on his forehead?
Nah, I am going to have a mention of that be said by, like, some character, though, in relation to what it means and shit like that, because the fact that I am in control of what kind of apocalypse he's causing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's stuff that Zane knows that Tom doesn't.
Yeah.
What if it's just like an apocalypse of inconveniences, like,
Everyone continuously stubbing their toe.
and then like everyone getting like a flat tire just at the same time, and like, oh my gosh,
It could be weirder. It could be the lead up to Fimbulwinter. I mean, the lead up to Ragnarok.
Oh,
One of the things that happens is literally everything on Earth, except for like a few specific objects, starts crying
huh,
because of Baldur's death.
huh.
It's like, we need Baldur back. And then, like, the Guardian of Helheim goes, well, if everyone weeps, if everything weeps for his death, then you can have him back. And it's like, this one giantess in a cave who might have actually been Loki in disguise doesn't weep. So, everything else in the universe weeps.
Huh.
So all of a sudden, like, rocks and trees are crying. Everyone's crying uncontrollably.
I don't know.
Not Loki, because fuck you.
The tree starts crying. Like, I don't know why that tree's crying, but it looks so sad. And then you just start crying too.
And then a 3-year winter happens.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
What actually happens after Ragnarok? Or I thought it's like a
basically-
cycle, so everything restarts, right?
Kind of. The majority of the gods die. Midgard burns in flame, is completely burned down except for 2 humans.
A guy and a girl, right?
Yeah, Surtur dies. Fenrir gets ripped in half. Thor and Jormungandr kill each other. Odin gets eaten by Fenrir before Fenrir gets ripped in half.
Mm-hmm.
And then the remaining, the remaining gods create a new, like Midgard and all that stuff.
And
So
everything
it's
just kind of
not
restarts.
True cycle of rebirth. It's just that this world, like this Midgard, is the world before the next Ragnarok. And then like the remaining gods from the previous iteration of the world are in charge.
So what happens when all the gods finally die?
Well, those gods that survived would have descendants. That's the whole thing.
Okay.
It was also thought that eclipses were were caused by Fenrir's sons finally catching either the sun or moon, and so what literally would happen whenever those occurred is that Vikings would start screaming at the sky to make the wolves let go of either the sun or moon. And of course, being as an eclipse is only temporary,
They thought it worked.
they thought it worked.
I screamed at the sun today and stopped the dogs from getting the moon.
And
Y'all
I
can
stopped
thank me
those
later.
giant wolves from eating the sun and moon. Because that's another thing. The sons of Fenrir basically kill the sun and moon, meaning that the sky turns completely black.
Nice.
That's another effect of Ragnarok. It's a
So is
fun time.
Is there a Norse god of the sun?
Yeah, there's memory serves, it's a Norse goddess of the sun and a Norse goddess of the moon.
Okay.
So it's literally that they're like running across the sky.
They're running endlessly. Oh lord, that would be terrible.
The year is 2387. Earth is a member of the Federation of Planets, but without Great Britain, which is still trying to leave the EU. Is it my line?
Yeah. What is this, part of Valeria?
No one but myself.
Well, I accidentally elbowed Spider-Man's head off my desk.
Wait, is it
I
Zane's
need
line or is it my
Yeah,
line?
Zane just read his line.
Okay.
I need more pictures of Spider-Man.
Or wait.
Did you read the every eye cross or
yeah, I read that one.
Okay, so it's my line then. Sorry.
So you didn't read your line, Tom.
No, sorry about that. I apologize. So please, Esme, and protect the others. I stayed in Forks. I returned to my old schedule. I hunted no more than the rest of them. Every day I attended high school and played human. Every day I listened carefully for anything new about the Cullens. There never was anything new, because no one really cares about y'all. I mean, come on. The girl did not speak one word of her suspicions. She just repeated the same story again and again. I had been standing with her, then pulled her out of the way, till her eager listeners got bored and stopped looking for more details. There was no danger. My hasty action had hurt no one.
No one but me. Myself.
Yes, you only hurt Zane.
You hurt
Wait.
Best Girl. How could you?
You monster.
You will die for that.
I was determined to change the future. Not the easiest task to set for oneself, but there was no other choice that I could live with.
I must change
What's
the
wrong
future.
with Alice dating her? Wait.
Alice said that I would not be strong enough to stay away from the girl. I would prove her wrong.
Okay,
He
you're
turns
right.
around, she's like bumping into him.
You share like multiple classes with her.
Dummy. What if that's just what she meant? Yeah, you have to go to school with her. It's not working.
And then me and her start dating.
I thought the first day would be the hardest, but at the end of it, I'd been sure that was the case. I'd been wrong, though. I didn't even get halfway through the day.
It had rankled.
What?
I'm looking it up. Rankle, comment or event, cause annoyance or resentment that persists. So it caused annoyance.
Oh, this story rankles me. Like that?
As opposed to Back to the Frollo, which enrages you.
That disgusted me. I almost threw up.
Disgusting!
You
Knowing that
disgust me.
Well, that was one of yous. Knowing that I would hurt the girl, I comforted myself with the fact that her pain would be nothing more than a pinprick, just a tiny sting of rejection compared to mine. I mean, not if she asks out your sister.
Oh,
Bella was human. You okay?
Edward just thinks he's done with her, and then his sister walks in with her hand in hand. Just
Yo, Ed, what up? What?
Yeah, this is why I said all that stuff. I was trying to bone her. Sorry, you understand,
That's the
right?
future I saw.
It's future without you, Edward. Bye.
Bella is human, and she knew that I was something else.
No, she doesn't.
Oh, God.
Do you really believe your own hype that much, Edward?
Yes, he is the hype. He's about as much of a jackass as Vegeta, but he has none of the charisma.
Exactly.
I mean, Jasper is basically just... Jasper from Steven Universe is basically just one big Vegeta reference. But angrier somehow.
Didn't know that was possible, but no, you're right.
I mean, I still love the reason why she wouldn't ever join Steven.
What was the
She just
reason?
hates herself too much. Let's see. Something wrong, something frightening. Edward. It's not that he's a vampire, it's that he's Edward.
Yeah.
She would probably be more relieved than wounded when I turned my face away from her and pretended that she didn't exist.
Hello, Edward, she'd greet me that first day back in biology. Her voice had been pleasant, friendly, 180 degrees from the last time I'd spoken with her.
Who uses a full hello?
Besides me, I don't know.
I mean, most people I've heard is like, hey, or hi.
I don't even
Language
say
tends to
anything.
steer
Just nod.
towards... What?
I don't even say hi, hello to people. I just kind of nod, like, you know.
Like, language deviates towards what's the most efficient. Like, that's how new language happens. Which,
I can't wait for oof to be a universal constant.
which is one of the things that makes me laugh with, like, the movie Idiocracy is like, no, we aren't having an issue of, like, idiots appearing, because in all actuality, the base IQ has been increasing. What we have an issue with is, what's the word I'm looking for? Not anti-intellectualism, it's whenever you, like, fake intellectualism. People who think that they're, like, groundbreaking, but in fact aren't. Like, that's the whole thing with flat earthers, is technically speaking, they're smart people, they just know the wrong thing, or, like, they just don't know what the truth is.
Yeah.
What about
like, they're using
anti-vaxxers?
proper scientific principles to research. It's just that they're, like, so set in what they think that they can't be convinced otherwise.
So what you're telling me is the humans are stubborn.
Yeah, literally. It's not that people are idiots. It's just that they're stubborn.
Well, I could have told you that one.
That's also the whole thing with Idiocracy, is it was like you'll always see people getting more and more judgmental of how language changes, but that's how language works. It's always going to change.
Fluid and all that.
Yeah, like what was slang 20 years ago is now just commonplace words now.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing. And so you have people getting upset about, like, new slang developing. It's like, yeah, but the words you're using now used to be new slang.
There are some terms that annoy me in some cases when it comes to new slang, but for the most part, it's like, okay, that. I don't get as uncomfortable around that word as a lot of other people do, but I can understand why they would. But
just has a terrible mouthfeel.
Like
anyway,
feeling something moist.
Oh God.
I just say damp. It conveys the same thing. It doesn't sound as uncomfortable.
I say this shit wet.
This boy motherfucking wet.
I think the only slang I ever hated was yellow.
What?
The only slang I ever really hated was YOLO.
YOLO? Nah. Yeah, that one was... I'm not sure if that was entirely slang, though. That was just a trend.
I think everyone with a brain hated that one.
Right. Is it my line now?
I do believe so, yeah.
Why? What did the change mean? Had she forgotten? Decide she had imagined the whole episode?
What does it mean?
Could she possibly have forgotten me for not following through on my promise? I hope so.
Forgiven.
Makes you give up and try.
What do you mean forgiven?
Could she have possibly have forgiven me for not following through on my promise?
Oh, alright.
Makes you give up and try. Ba-da-da. Live and let die. Aye. The questions had burned like the thirst that attacked me every time I breathed. Yes, we all know you're thirsty, Edward.
Just one moment to look at her eyes, just to see if I could read the answers there.
God damn it. You're a dumb motherfucker.
No, I could not allow myself even that. Not if I was going to change the future!
It's no use!
Take this!
Oh, good. I'm trying to see where that line is. Change the future. Yeah. I moved my chin an inch in a direction without looking away from the front of the room. I nodded once, then turned my face straight forward.
She did not speak to me. Just imagine.
She did not speak to me again.
I just imagine, like, as she says, "Hello, Edward." He's like, and turns away, and she's just like, "Okay, guess you don't want to talk then." like just completely unbothered by it.
Yeah.
That afternoon, as soon as school was finished, my role played. I ran to Seattle as I had the day before. Seemed that I could handle the aching just slightly better when I was flying over the ground, turning everything around me into a green blur. Is that the blue blur? Sonic the Hedgehog?
Why are his legs so defined? Let's see. Oh, this run became my daily habit.
Did I love her?
Oh, your sister does.
I did not think so, not yet. Alice's glimpses of that future had stuck with me, though, and I could see how easy it would be to fall into loving Bella. I mean, if you're into people like that, I guess.
If you're into doormats.
It would be exactly like falling, effortless. Not letting myself love her was the opposite of falling. It was putting myself up a cliff face, hand over hand, the task as grueling as if I had no more than mortal strength.
Fuck Edward. Alright?
No,
Fuck this guy. Fuck this story.
We're all in agreement on that one.
There's a reason why Team Jacob was a thing until Jacob turned into an asshole.
Oh, did he actually ruin that himself, or did he was ruined?
Yeah, he turned into
a
possessive
weird
ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was the whole thing, like he tried to force a kiss on Bella, and she broke her hand, punching him in the face in response.
Oh, wow.
But it almost feels like that was meant to be a positive change on his part. It's like, no, that's not a good thing.
I just thought that'd be funny, like it's punching Superman.
Yeah.
Or Deadpool punching Colossus.
Everybody feared the T-Rex.
More than a month passed, and every day it got harder. That made no sense to me. I kept waiting to get over it, to have it get easier. This must be what Alice had meant when she said she'd predicted that I would not be able to stay away from the girl. She had seen the escalation of the pain, but I could handle pain. I really wish that Bella's power wasn't that everything was invisible, but everyone just kind of, can't stop thinking about her.
Maybe it's not her ability that she can just block everything. It's just she doesn't have a thought in her head.
How stupid are you? Very. No. Her brain is definitely full of thoughts. It's just all a whole bunch of potential pseudo-intellectual shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. But I could handle pain. God, that edgy song stuck in my head now. I could not destroy Bella's future. If I was destined to love her, then wasn't avoiding her the least I could do?
What edgy song?
You could talk to her, see what she's like.
Yeah, rather than just brooding. And
if she jumps at the chance of immortality, then... God damn it.
Avoiding her was about the limit of what I could bear, though. I could pretend to ignore her and never look her way. I could pretend that she was of no interest to me, but that was just the extent, just pretense and not reality.
Give me a second. I'm eating food.
Ah.
Also, I could just picture like me being in Edward's class, because he just kind of reads minds on the fly, right?
Yeah.
He would just be in
God,
class.
it's full of anime girls.
No, it's not even that. It's just he's sitting in the middle of class taking a test, and then next thing you know, he hears Rick Ashley.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
Never gonna run. Yeah, you.
And he's just like sitting there confused, like, what?
Deja vu. I just been in this place before.
But I have like ADHD, so I could never finish the song either. So he'd be like stuck with like 7 earworms.
Just the infinite loop of never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, and then it would just keep repeating on that.
I'm trying to remember what song I once got stuck in my head alongside it was that one song by Butthole Surfers.
Oh, Pepper?
Pepper.
Yeah.
I had that stuck in my head with another song, and they kept mixing together and creating a new one.
Oh, interesting.
And I think it was a song that was purely from the internet. Okay, I'm just imagining him reading my mind on weeks where I have X gonna give it to you maybe stuck in my head.
I'm just gonna give it to you, maybe.
And then he just
that mashup between Call Me Maybe and X gonna give it to you.
and when he reads my mind, it's just white noise.
First we're gonna rock, then we're gonna just like that with like the background beats of Call Me. It's like, wait, what? What is this?
I've already told you what my combat for people reading minds was, though, right? The Pain Olympics.
Oh, God.
No.
Like, I'd study really disgusting videos and like attribute them to my memory, so that whenever people read my mind, they'd see nasty shit.
Oh God, I'm just
Oh,
imagining starts reading your mind, and also the first thing he hears, chirpy.
Like, that's how I test for mind readers, because they be reading my mind, and the next thing you know, they're throwing up.
All of a sudden, glass ass. Or what was it? One man, one jar? Something like that.
2 girls, 1 cup?
No, I'm talking about the one in which a man shoves a mason jar into his anus and it shatters.
Oh, that's just...
You're welcome.
I'm not looking that up. That's just...
nasty.
Yeah. Where are we?
I said more than a month. Yeah, that was my last line.
Okay. I said I would not destroy her future. Tom said avoiding... Did Tom read his avoiding her line?
Thought I did. Yeah,
So we're
I
back to
probably
Zen.
did.
Pretend,
I still hung on every breath she took, every word she said.
Every breath you take.
A song about stalking.
Yeah.
How apt. I lumped my torments into 4 categories.
The
Oof,
first...
why, ow, and how.
Yeah.
The first...
and foo.
Oof. Oof.
The first 2 are familiar. Her sit and her silence. Or rather, to take the responsibility on myself where it belonged, my thirst and my curiosity. Oh my god.
Thirsty
Oh my
boy. In more
So you
ways
know
than
that-
one.
So you know that mobile phone game I'm playing? The one with like the really stereotypical anime characters?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And like everyone hates the main character, and that one person said they had a small dick?
I don't remember that happening, but I believe you've mentioned it, yes.
Yes, she doesn't like outright say it, but she kind of just implies that he's not packing a lot down there.
Mm.
Well, they released a new character, and she's like an obsessive stalker for the main character. And literally the first conversation you have with her is like, tell me about what's different about me today. And it
Oh,
all
God.
boils down to like the main character being like, I don't know, what is it? And then she's like, my nails are 0.2 millimeters longer. How dare you not notice? And then the main character's like, all right, how what's different about me today? And she lists everything from the fact that he hasn't showered today to the fact his clothes are still like ruffled a bit. Like, she's that kind of crazy obsessed stalker.
I just met you, and this is crazy.
But here's my number. Don't bother giving me yours. I already know it. The thirst was the most primal of my torments. It was my habit now to simply not breathe at all in biology. Of course, there are always exceptions when I had to answer a question or something of the sort.
I was going to comment on that. It's
I
like,
would-
that's going to make things really awkward. It's like, Edward, why don't you answer that?
Just every time he talks, just... Well, you see! He doesn't take a deep breath. Each time I tasted the air around the girl, it was the same as the first day. Fire and a need. Fire and need and brutal violence, desperate to break free. Dude, just go to the bathroom and wank one out real quick. It was hard to cling, even slightly, to the reason for restraint in those moments, and just like that first day, the monster in me would roar! So close to the surface.
Yeah, I mean, you'd probably be a lot less stressed out if you're, like, orgasming regularly.
And
The curiosity was the most constant of my torments. Question was never out of my mind. What is she thinking now? I could hear her quietly sigh when she twisted a lock of hair absently around her finger. Then she threw her books down with more force than usual. Threw her Forced down with more books than usual. Yeah, that's the line. When she rushed to class late, when she tapped her foot impatiently against the floor, every movement caught in my peripheral vision was a maddening mystery. Are you just really bad at reading body language?
He's used to relying on thoughts, so he's never
He is a thought.
he's never used the time. He's never taken the time to learn about body language. He's like, oh, I just can read minds. I don't need to learn body language. It's just a guess.
When she spoke to the other students, I analyzed her every word and tone. Was she speaking her thoughts or what she thought she should say? It often sounded to me like she was trying to say what her audience expected, and this reminded me of my family and our daily life of illusion. We were better
off,
at it than she
Edward!
was.
Holy shit! Oh god, he's giving me a headache.
It turns out that when you read a story from the perspective of Edward, he doesn't have a lot to say of any importance or any
He really
interest.
doesn't.
It's amazing how much he can say and how little he construes.
Unless I was wrong about that, just imagining things. Why would she have to play a role? She was one of them, a human teenager.
Just
What?
about every teenager I knew in high school was wearing a mask of some sort. So
Everyone wears quote-unquote mask.
Yeah, regardless, that's the whole thing. It's kind of like that whole thing, like mentioned before, with like the fact that we're on the internet, we're technically projecting a fake version of ourselves. Like, regardless of how close it is to your actual, to how you act, usually are, there is an element of fakeness to it, and the fact that you're trying to create a better image of yourself than what it really exists.
Yeah, because let's say people saw me in real life for this, they probably couldn't even tell it was me, because I make a bunch of dumb jokes, but if it was real life, I'd just be like, yeah, hi.
Silently sitting in the corner
Yeah, exactly.
until someone decided to talk to him.
And then I'd be really weirded out about them talking to me, and it'd be really uncomfortable for them.
If memory serves, it's actually a similar situation with Jacksepticeye. He's like mentioned that like in public, like when people run into him in public, they're like, "You're a lot quieter than I thought you would be."
Oh yeah, because he yells a lot.
it's easier
Yeah,
to
he's
yell when you're at home by yourself.
He's a high energy person. It's
Yeah.
just that apparently he does have some social awkwardness to him.
Honestly, I think a lot of YouTubers are kind of like that, and that's part of why they.
Yeah, that's also what causes like everyone to immediately go, "Oh, faking it." And it's like, yeah, it's probably less that and more just the fact that being as there's only a camera in front of them, they don't feel the need to restrain themselves as much as if they were doing this in public.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You really think I'd be making jokes about how pretty much I'm an incel in front of people in real life? No.
Like again, like that's the whole thing is like that whole joke going on is something that I mean, one probably shouldn't be made in public because someone's going to immediately think, "Oh, you're one of them? You're an angry virgin?" And it's like, well, no, he's just a virgin
Yeah, I'm just a pure innocent virgin.
with weird taste in porn.
Let's not bring that up.
Yeah, it's not like Zane's actually angry at women for the fact that he's single.
Oh god. I know I am single. I don't go outside.
Exactly. Like that's the whole thing. Like Zane's not actually an incel in the modern day definition.
I don't
I guess-
expect anyone to come up and be like, please bone me, daddy. No.
And it's not like he's going around saying that women owe him sex.
No, women can do much better than me. Don't worry about that.
But yeah, like that's the whole thing, is like the stuff we say is technically a part of who we really are, but it's a slightly altered part of who we really are.
It's interesting. to Think
This
about.
episode has been weird. We've been very political, and now
We
we're
haven't
being
even
very...
been that political.
Well, no, we talked about religion a lot, though. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah, that. I mean,
We
that
We
was
talked about religion, and now we're talking about, self-review
Well, that
or
was-
whatever.
It was more talking less about religion itself and more about the mythos around religion.
as well as the history behind it.
Mhm.
And my religious fan fiction about,
Cthulhu?
kinky... No, about kinky demons, not... Kinky demons punishing perverts by not being perverted with them.
Oh yeah, that idea. As well as my interpretations of hell, which are always interesting to put forth.
That's gonna be your hell, though. You're gonna get to hell, and then you can't share your opinion. You're
Oh
gonna be
no!
like, you're gonna be
It's gonna
trapped
be
very
like anytime I'm in public.
mute. You're just in a constant state of being in public, but like you can't even say anything either.
Honestly, like my hell would probably invoke my fear of crowds.
You have a fear
So
of
just the
crowds?
entire time, like there's way too many people in my area of hell. And then on top of that, that song keeps playing.
I wonder what my hell would be.
Gas, 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 but every other note is deja vu.
Oh, jeez, that'd be terrible.
Da, 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 da. Just curled up on a ball in a ball on the floor. Make it stop. Anyway,
I wonder if
where
my
were we?
hell would just be like, "Hi, we're gonna put you with one of our succubi." Wait, no, that's wrong. You're getting put with an incubus. Shit.
I mean, you might learn something new about yourself.
What?
You might learn something new about yourself. 2,000 years later, damn, he's hot.
Oh my gosh! Like you were expecting a girl? Nope. Here's a dick. Now suck. What?
Okay, I
It's
think
like,
that
it's
would
like,
be more
I
like.
think I kind of like this. Well, shit.
I was gonna say that'd probably be more like a hell for rapists. Like that'd probably be what happens there. Either that or their genitals are being constantly lit on fire
Ooh.
Or torn off.
while lit on fire
Yeah, that too.
with a knife laced with bees.
Yeah.
No.
Bee knife.
No. The Gimpy plant. Do you know about this one?
No.
It's a plant in Australia that is covered in fine silica hairs. And what they do is they cause immense amounts of pain that have been described by people who have been stung by the thing as being set on fire while being electrocuted while having acid poured on the affected area.
Honestly, I think if I ever touched that, I would be totally okay with doing all the drugs just to escape that pain.
It's referred to as the suicide bush.
Yeah.
At one point, there's like a urban legend that's gone around Australia about a member of the military accidentally using a leaf of it to wipe after going to the bathroom outdoors.
Oh no.
And he shot himself. There's stories about horses being stung by it, and like horses like don't really have a concept of suicide, but the fact that they're in such intense pain causes them to just run as fast as they can, oftentimes off cliffs. And another interesting thing about this is that the pain keeps going until the barbs are removed. Bear in mind, these are basically tiny shards of glass. Those can stay in your skin for years.
You know, I wanted to visit Australia at one point in time. I don't know that I want to anymore.
And also because of how fine the hairs are, they can sometimes be knocked off the plant and just be stuck drifting in the air around it.
Oh god, that's terrifying.
So you don't even have to touch the plant, you just have to walk past it. And suddenly you are in severe, intense pain for years.
Oh no.
People affected by it sometimes have to be restrained.
Oh jeez, that would. Oh
Yeah, and you thought Hogsbane was bad. That one just makes you allergic to the sun.
man, like, what's the word I'm looking for? But
what the fuck is Australia?
botanical adaptation in warfare is like brutal.
Imagine Poison Ivy getting her hands on Gimpy. Remember, there's one part of Batman's face is exposed.
Oh jeez.
Just
think
the
even Poison
entire
Ivy
lower
has
half of
one.
his face is in constant, never-ending pain. Oh god,
Well-
I just imagined using that on the Joker.
Oh jeez.
The Joker's crime wave is ended mostly because he won't stop screaming.
Oh jeez. Oh.
Yeah, if Poison Ivy really wanted to import plants to Gotham from outside of the area, she could, like, take over no problem.
Yeah, that would.
Though, due to the fact that plants are basic, she basically has the ability to give plants sentience. She probably wouldn't bring them out of their natural habitat, because that would probably be something that would be kind of cruel.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably why she hasn't done something like that before.
You took me from my home, damn it! Now you will be in pain as well!
I'm just imagining, like, her, like, with the plants, just like, everything like the plant just being like, I can't get enough food and everything hurts. Oh no.
What have I done?
What have I done?
I've made a terrible mistake.
Good on her, though, for hooking up with Harley. That was a much healthier relationship.
Mm.
That's the thing that happened in the comics. I think it's still going on.
I think it was an off again, on again thing for a while, and then it became more permanent thing.
Yeah, because it was the whole thing of like Harley realizing just how shitty the situation with Joker was, beating the shit out of him and leaving.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding. She drops a cash register on him.
Good on her for that. Like, seriously.
Yeah, good on her.
And that's one of the reasons why I like kind of how the DC animated movies has taken a turn. It's like she's escaped Joker and has kind of become more of a good guy now, which has been awesome.
Yeah, she's like more an anti-hero.
Yeah, and that's great. It's like
her relationship with Joker.
yeah, it's not a. Also, like it was.
What?
You were last.
Okay. Everybody.
Oh,
7 years ago.
We should move on with the line.
Is it? Okay, my most surprised in my part. Whatever. Tree that should never bring more. Please tell me.
Oh, God.
I mean, have you to be fair, felt right in the boy more than others. To get the girl talking, I learned so much about these conversations. But not list. My assistance was project lead.
Oh, dear.
More.
I think it's my issue. He has hair will make me sick. Okay, there we go.
You back?
Yeah, everything's
Okay, cool.
better for me.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you don't sound like you're robot anymore.
Yeah.
It's totally your fault. What the hell, you stupid fucking space alien? Get back on Earth already.
I am on Earth.
Are you sure? Because your connection sounds like you're on fucking Mars.
No, I kind of promised myself I wouldn't go back there.
Good idea. I didn't want Mike to be the one that unlocked her secrets. I wanted to do that.
Fuck off!
Well, okay, dude.
So did
just,
Alice.
Dude, you could just talk to her. Like, come on.
It isn't that hard to talk to people. If Zane can do it, so can he. And Zane suffers from social issues.
Oof.
That wasn't a slight at you.
I know, it's just... I don't know what to say, that's why I said oof. I'll be honest right there. I didn't have anything clever for that statement, or to add to it.
Yeah. Like, if Zane can get past his social issues and talk to people, so can you.
But what makes you think I've got past my social issues? I don't go outside.
If someone starts talking to you, you talk back, so... I'm not saying that you've completely gotten over them, I'm saying that you're able to work through them.
You're getting past the side effects, which is which is the start to fixing the core problems themselves.
I should start barking at people.
That won't help things.
I mean, you could. That'd be funny.
I mean, I can definitely say that regular exercise would help with the mental state.
Yeah. So they're doing a John Wick game on my campus.
Uh-oh.
So what you have to do is, like, you have to get a marker or something, and you got to mark on somebody's, like, arm.
Oh, I remember that back when I was in the dorms. Only with us, the marker was on the throat.
Yeah, so it's pretty much that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I bet 100% I could last to the end of that game.
I bet you could.
I
don't go outside, nobody would know who I was, and I only leave the safe area at like 4 in the morning when it's like no one's awake. And I bet I could wear a jacket even through the summer, just like these, like, because it's getting hotter, right?
Yeah.
I bet I could fucking wear my jacket and be totally okay for like all the rest of the not safe areas. If, like, you know, the one person who does have me as a target tries to get like a quick pot shot somewhere.
Yeah, because when my dorm was doing it, they also allowed us to use Nerf guns.
Nice.
Bear in mind, the one I have has like the giant darts.
I'm not missing my target, buddy.
Those ones tend to hurt a lot more for some reason.
Yeah.
I really want to get like one of those fucking cannon ones because that'd be hilarious for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just get like the Nerf one that shoots like the foam balls or whatever. What's it called? It's
Oh God.
it's like Nerf Rival. That's what it's called.
I mean, my issue with those ones is they're all motorized, so I'd have to depend on batteries.
Are they?
What
all
I'm trying
motorized?
to say is, I
Yeah.
could picture it being the end of the game. You have this titan, powerful warrior who's killed like 5 or 6 people, quote unquote, and he can't find me. No matter where he fucking goes, I am never outside of my room. So, like, you can use like aliases in this one, so it'd be like
Yeah.
so and so versus lonely hermit. Just to give them the hint that I don't go outside, so they're not fucking killing me.
Wow.
Did you draw someone, or did you participate in it, or?
Nah, I was thinking about it, but then I was like, too much effort.
Sure, I remember which one I had my sights set on because some of these are actually kind of interesting.
Alright, let's see. It helped that he never noticed her small revelations, her little slips. He knew nothing about her, but at least he talked to her.
That's more than you've done, Ed.
He created a bell in his head that didn't exist.
Most people
Literally,
do that.
Everyone does that. A girl just
Everyone does that.
as generic as he was. That's actually sad. Or actually, that's doing Bella a favor, if I recall, right?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's worse than generic or doormat. I'm not attracted to either, so...
You had to observe the unselfishness.
Unselfishness.
The unselfishness and bravery that set her apart from other humans. Fuck off!
What bravery!
He didn't hear
You
the
can't just tell us that she's brave without her doing anything brave.
He didn't hear the abnormal maturity of her spoken thoughts. Who cares?
God damn it. Like,
Dude, you're
if
trapped
you're
in it.
going to say things, you have to give examples of this shit.
Dude, you're like trapped in an adolescent body. I don't know that you know mature thoughts, even if you heard them.
I'm 101, and this is deep.
Yeah.
He didn't perceive that when she spoke of her mother, she sounded like a parent speaking of a child rather than the other way around. Loving, indulgent, slightly amused, and fiercely protective. He didn't hear the patience in her voice when she feigned interest in his rambling stories and didn't guess at the kindness behind that patience.
Well, great. Now I'm just feeling insecure about half the shit I say. Thank you.
I know for a fact I ramble and say bullshit, but whatever.
I
Well,
think
the
everyone
whole
does
thing
to
is
an
like
extent.
typically if I'm going nonstop talking about something, it's something I'm passionate about.
Yeah, I know. When you get someone talking about something they're passionate about, you're not going to stop them, and it's really cool to see when someone gets excited about things like that. Honestly,
Yeah. That's why I completely ignore every time that Llytic says something because I'm not interested. Not
Thank
really.
you for
That's
that.
I know. I don't want to say this in a very offensive way, but I'm actually the perfect blank wall for people to talk at. Because there's a lot of people that I think like me because I'm very good at not judging people and I don't interrupt a lot. So like, you know, there's people that usually don't say a lot or they get interrupted quickly. Whenever they
Yeah.
talk to me, I don't really say a lot sometimes, so they could just keep talking about what they like, and people just start to like me because I know I don't act like a dick towards them, and they could just keep
Yeah.
talking about whatever they want.
Mhm.
Because, like, the whole thing is, like, when I'm talking to people about stuff, I typically want feedback on what I'm saying, and so it's the whole thing of, like, if they don't respond, I'm like, oh, I've done something wrong here.
How did we get along? Because I don't know anything about what you're talking about since I know so little about like media and stuff. So maybe
Well,
that's what it is.
Yeah, because you
ask like,
respond...
do you know what I'm talking about? I say no, so you get to explain it more. That's the feedback.
Like, that's the whole thing, is, like, when you do respond to what I say just because you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
And then you're just like, all right, I get to explain it. Bet.
I get to explain Poultrygeist.
Yeah.
Poultrygeist?
Or chirpy.
Poultrygeist is a trauma movie about a KFC equivalent that's built on a Native American burial ground.
Oh my
okay.
gosh.
Okay, I know you've told me about this one before.
And so, like, the chicken, like, starts getting haunted and starts turning people into like chicken zombies.
That is awesome.
Oh, I was hoping somebody would be like turned into a bucket of KFC.
Well, not like they're turned into like Native American possessed chicken zombies, and so they start going around like specifically killing white people. Like the owner of the store has like this body horror moment where he starts turning into an egg, and at one point when he's trying to like break the shell, like it ends up breaking his fingernails off.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Oh yeah. This is just okay. I don't think I want to talk about that scene specifically on recording because it was one of the most what the fuck scenes. But all I'm going to say is like one of the people working at the restaurant is like this like Muslim girl in a hijab.
Wait, I thought they only attacked white people.
No, what she does is she ends up protecting her coworkers.
Oh, because she's not white?
Well, okay.
I was gonna ask if there's like just one black dude working there who's just like, damn, this is fucked up. But nothing ever happens to him.
There was a stereotypically gay Hispanic guy who ends up accidentally getting like ground up, I think, and ends up possessing a chicken sandwich.
Aww.
What?
But okay, the whole thing with the Islamic girl, like, what ends up happening is, oh god, literally to save her friends, she blows herself up, screaming, "Allah bless America."
Oh,
That's
gosh.
terrible.
It's terrible, but it's also a subversion.
Yeah.
Because it's not like hatred of America. So it's like, okay, this is horrifically racist, but at the same time done in a different kind of way. So
This sounds like B-movie bullshit, but it sounds really cool.
yeah, it's Trauma Studio, so it's a grindhouse. So like splatstick, so like splatterhouse gore and slapstick comedy.
That's
Wait. So that guy that got possessed by a chicken sandwich, did somebody eat him?
Well, he possessed the chicken sandwich, and I don't think anybody ate him. But it's at one point we do end up with one of the characters, like this lesbian girl, getting like possessed by these chicken zombie things, and she literally grows a dick with a chicken head on the end of it.
what the hell?
That's pretty hot.
Like, it is a weird fucking movie. But it's kind of amazing.
I
in
feel
its
something.
weirdness. Like, there's literally a moment where one of the chicken zombies like rips off someone's face and starts eating it and goes, "I love the skin."
Oh, gross!
In a reference to like a rotisserie chicken, like the skin's typically the best part.
Oh,
And this is added to the list of movies I will never watch.
You should watch it. It's honestly kind of amazing.
That just sounds like putting myself through pain, and I would not enjoy that movie.
How would that be a painful thing to watch? Like it's like dark, fucked up humor and shit like that.
I have dark-ish humor, but I'm not that dark.
I'm pretty vanilla when it comes to gore movies, so I'd have to have a bucket on hand just in case.
I don't think I'd throw up, but like just
I love this skin. Okay, whose line is it? Who did the previous
I
paragraph
think
about?
Zane did that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Through her conversations with Mike, I was able to add the most important quality to my list, the most revealing of all of them all, as simple as it was rare. Bella was good. Oh, fuck off. The majority of people are technically good, you fuck.
Wait, guys, I just thought of something really cruel. Edward reads Mike's mind, and he finds out that Bella sent Mike nudes.
Well, that'd be an interesting fan fiction to be sure.
I mean,
Like,
more
he's been
interesting
insulting
would-
Mike this entire time, but you know who has her nudes? Mike does. Do you know who doesn't? Edward.
I mean, I think I honestly, just because of the ship, I think it'd be funnier if she sent him to Alice, but
Oh, she's just... No. Bella's actually an e-girl. You just have to pay for her, like, premium Snapchat.
no shame in that.
Oh, God. It's just she gave it to like Mike and
Well,
what's
actually, no,
her
she's
face for
underage.
free.
There are issues with that.
Hmm?
She's underage. There are issues with that then.
Also, don't give your nudes to people in high school. That's just the big stupid.
It's like, don't do it while you're in high school and don't give it to high schoolers.
That's gonna get shared immediately.
Because of the fact that, technically speaking, that would make her mean that she's distributing child pornography, and that's a criminal offense.
Mm.
Did I ever
Even
tell
if
you
the
about the
child
times
is herself.
Yeah, but ever tell you about the time somebody used my number to like, the like date giving people fake numbers thing? Somebody did that with me.
Huh.
Cause like this girl who was like an adult, like very attractive female, was just like saying, "Hey, this is the number I got from the bar, yada yada yada," and she like posed. She didn't do anything like send nudes or whatever, but she sent like a picture of her that was clearly like, I'm the pretty girl, talk to me kind of thing. And I had to explain to her like, "Hey, sorry, you got the wrong number."
Someone turned her down and you ended up with the number.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I showed it to my roommate and he saw her face and she's like, "Damn, that chick's hot. Give me her number."
Did you?
No!
Good.
Yeah, that must be weird.
Yeah, but he wanted it. But that's like my example.
Honestly,
That wasn't even a nude picture, but people are that obsessed with just pictures of people, so don't send nudes unless you trust them
Yeah, because
greatly.
that's the whole issue. Is like if you send someone nudes and then you end up going through a bad breakup with them, there's a chance they could put that on a revenge porn site, and that's fucked up.
That's just the whole thing. Just don't.
What was it? October said? If we're not if we're not in the same place at that moment, I'm using porn.
Hey, yeah, just don't do nudes in high school. Just period.
Definitely don't do it in high school. That's child pornography.
And for the most part, don't do it afterwards either, unless it's like very selective stuff when it comes to stuff like that.
It's like you do very much trust them, or it's a whole thing of you're sending it to strangers through a premium account, so therefore you don't have as much of an issue with revenge porn.
Nah, if you're doing it through a premium account, you're getting paid for that, so fuck it at that point, right?
Yeah, you're getting paid. Yeah. So
honestly, it's a good thing I'm not a girl, because I would whore myself out all the time.
No shame in that.
But here's the thing, I'd be cruel about it. Like, let's say I had my own Discord where I was like totally like that all the time and people are sending me dick pics. I'd have a dick pic file.
Oh god. Send them bigger ones.
Yeah, I'd do that. Or if like there was somebody who's being really like, they send a dick pic and then they're an asshole, but they're in my Discord, I would send the dick pic in like the chat, being like, "Look at this asshole's dick, it's so small."
That
and look
one
what he
might
says.
not be as good of an idea.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'd be a horrible person if I was a girl.
Yeah. Honestly, what'd be hilarious though is if someone's like starts asking for nudes without paying, you just send them pictures of naked mole rats.
No, I'd send them. I'd have a consensual dick pic file. Be like, it would be like, and I'd have like all the biggest ones in there, and be like, you have to be twice as big as this guy.
Okay.
I'd be a horrible person if I was a girl. It's a good thing I'm not.
Honestly,
actually, never mind. I'd just be a really weird perverted girl.
So like Belle Delphine.
No, I'd pretty much. I think I could manage to. I'd be an otaku, like an otaku girl who just sits in a room all day, like I am right now.
Because I could easily imagine like you doing the whole lewd content thing, but at the same time you're just making like weird, ironic, almost art piece type things. Like that one video she posted on like I think it was TikTok, of literally her just like sitting in front of a mirror and then throwing an egg at it. That's one of the videos on her TikTok. It's like, did I just witness some weird art?
Also, if I was still in college, I'd have a roommate, right?
Oh god.
Imagine trying to be like an e-girl with a roommate.
Okay, are they out today? All right, I could take pictures.
Just imagine like them walking in when you're taking pictures one time. Just it's not what this looks like.
I hope you're washing that chair afterwards. Anyway.
Put some Windex on it.
On a chair? What?
Yes.
It has a cloth cushion.
Windex fixes everything.
Windows.
Can't fix my heart though. Maybe if I ingest it.
Oh
Hold
God. The forbidden Kool-Aid.
I was actually referencing my big fat Greek wedding, but like I guess no one got that but me.
I didn't watch that. I'm sorry, Tom.
No, it's okay.
It's too mainstream, Tom.
I mean,
What a hipster.
okay, we watched it as a family actually. Which was a strange part, and it was actually a fairly enjoyable movie.
All the other things added up to that whole kind and self-effacing and unselfish and loving and brave. You know nothing about her.
Who the
You're
fuck is
creating
this
a fake
kid?
Bella.
I'm just imagining it's
He's
like
creating a delusional Bella. Sorry.
I'm just imagining like in a different reality. It's like rather than actually talking to her and getting with her, he just has a shrine to her, and he used his vampire abilities to habitually stalk her, like not doing anything but just like watching and like if she touches
Every
like a
step
pencil or
you
something.
take.
Yeah, like she touches a pencil, it's like he's like, this is the pencil she touched on this day, and just has it like on a
Oh
pedestal.
God, it's like the shrine in Yandere Simulator.
Exactly.
This is an apple that Senpai threw away. Sometimes I lick the teeth marks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway,
How is
she
that
was
game
good
going?
through and through.
No, she's not. She's boring and bland through and through.
Exactly.
Uh,
And her
Also, how-
arms are too skinny.
also, how
And she
long?
has a fucking owl head. Hoot hoot, motherfucker.
Well, no, the owl head's less of an issue.
Also, how long have we been going now?
We've gone
Uh,
over an hour.
Yeah, it's been about an hour and a half, so I guess finish this page and then we'll be done.
Okay, just wondering. These helpful discoveries did not warm me to the boy, however. Possessive way he viewed Bella.
Bitch like
Well,
you?
the pot can't call the kettle black, 'cause the train's all running down the same old track.
As if clearly she belongs to your sister.
As if she were an acquisition to be made, provoked me almost as much as his crude fantasies about her. He was becoming more confident of her too as time passed, for she seemed to prefer him over those he considered his rivals. Tyler Crowley, Eric Yorkie, and even, sporadically, myself. He would routinely sit...
Mike, you do realize that guys and girls can be friends, right?
He would routinely sit on her side of our table before and chattering at her, encouraged by her smiles. Just polite smiles, I told myself. All the same, I frequently amused myself by
I
imagining...
really hope Bella does like him some.
Oh, Lord.
My
All
God.
the same, I frequently amused myself by imagining backhanding him across the room and into the far wall. I probably wouldn't injure him fatally.
I mean,
Good
I
Lord.
imagine myself doing that to most people, but that's just because I'm an asshole.
I imagine myself being in the other room usually.
Well, someone's getting backhanded into a wall.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you're
so I
gonna-
see
if
their
you're gonna-
face indent on the other side.
Just hear this loud thud.
If you're gonna imagine something like that, make it comedic. Like rather than, oh, it could be fatal or not. Don't concern yourself with that. Just like, let's see if I can make him through the wall.
It's
Mike
like
did
that
not-
one scene from the first Incredibles. Where the boss gets thrown through several walls.
and somehow lives.
Yep.
Just injures his neck a bit. Needs a neck brace.
Oh, fucking Incredibles. Mike didn't often think of me as a rival because you don't fucking talk to her. After the accident,
Basically.
he'd worried that Bella and I would bond from the shared experience, but obviously the opposite had resulted. Because you don't talk to her anymore.
Yeah, you completely missed out on the possibility of suspension bridge effect.
What?
Suspension bridge effect. Basically, two people becoming closer after going through a stressful or often like traumatic experience.
Ah,
It's the whole thing of like, because of the fact that you both went through something possibly terrifying, it causes you two to be closer.
alright. Back then he had still been bothered that I'd signed Bella out over her peers for attention, but now I ignored her just as thoroughly as the others and he grew complacent. Good. Fuck you.
What was she thinking now? Did she welcome his attention?
Probably.
And finally, the last of my torments, the most painful, Bella's indifference. Good.
I mean, that's basically how she always is.
As I ignored her, she ignored me. How dare she ignore me ignoring her? She never tried to speak to me again. For all I knew, she never thought about me at all.
I actually thought that was a line.
Uh,
This might have driven me mad or even broken my resolution to change the future, except that she sometimes stared at me like she had before.
You still fucking lied to me, bitch. Still need to tell me the
wonder if
truth.
his sister's available.
I didn't see for myself as I could not allow myself to look at her, but Alice always warned us when she was about to stare. Those were still wary of the girl's problematic knowledge, but she's not. She would have done something by now. It's been like
Is
a
there
month
any
or
way
two.
I can get
Why are
his
you worried?
sister's number? Again, I'm telling you, this story will be a lot more interesting with some homoeroticism. It eased some of the pain that she gazed at me from across a distance every now and then. Of course, she would just be wondering what kind of freak. She could just be wondering what kind of freak I was. Man, this guy's so weird. But maybe his sister's single.
I mean,
Is it safe to ask his brother for her sister's number? Maybe he's weird about that. I mean, two of his siblings act really close to each other.
Anyway, that's where we're gonna leave this story.
yeah, that was a trip.
Come back next week. We'll be starting a different Monday story.
Is it the Sonic Harem one?
Pardon?
No, I don't know that one. I was
The one that the
thinking
Game
of having
Grumps
it-
read?
Oh, that one. I'd have to find that one. I'm thinking of having it be that One Direction The Purge fanfiction.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Okay.
The only direction they're going to is death.
Unless this one girl can save them.